He went in for a routine surgery. He never really came back out. Not because he died on the table, but because of what they did to him while he was on it, and what they chose never to tell him. This is the story of Sherman Sizemore, and it will change the way you think about going under the knife forever. January 2006. Beckley, West Virginia. Sherman Sizemore was 73 years old, a Baptist minister, a retired coal miner, by every account a calm, gentle, mild-mannered man who had spent his entire life serving his community and his faith. He had been experiencing recurring abdominal pain for some time. Nothing immediately life-threatening, but enough to worry his doctors. So they scheduled him for an exploratory laparotomy, a surgery to go inside and find the source of the problem. It was supposed to be straightforward. Sherman kissed his wife Ruby goodbye. He was wheeled into the operating room at Raleigh General Hospital. The anesthesia team prepared their equipment, and then something went catastrophically wrong. In surgery, 2 separate drugs are typically administered before the first cut is made. The first is a paralytic, a muscle relaxant that prevents the patient's body from moving or reacting involuntarily during the procedure. It works by chemically freezing every muscle in the body, every single one, including the ones you use to scream. The second is general anesthesia, the drug that actually puts you to sleep. That shuts off your consciousness. That makes sure that while your body is being opened, you feel absolutely nothing. On January 19, 2006, Sherman Sizemore received the first drug. He did not receive the second. His body was frozen completely. He could not twitch, could not move a finger, could not open his eyes, which had been taped shut, could not make a single sound. And then the surgeon made the first cut. Sherman felt everything. For 16 agonizing minutes, Sherman Sizemore lay completely paralyzed on an operating table, fully conscious, while doctors cut open his abdomen and had no idea he was awake. Think about that for a moment. Trapped inside your own body, in extraordinary pain, surrounded by people who could save you, and unable to tell a single one of them. It is, as one legal expert later put it in court documents, one of the most disturbing scenarios a human being can experience. 16 minutes in, the medical team finally realized their mistake. They quickly administered the correct anesthesia and put Sherman under. And then they made a second decision, one that would prove just as devastating as the first. They gave him an amnesia-inducing drug designed to suppress memory of the event. And they said nothing. They did not tell Sherman what had happened. They did not tell his family. They sent him home without a word. Sherman Sizemore woke up knowing something was deeply, terribly wrong. But he didn't know what. He had fragments, flashes, a feeling of unbearable pain he couldn't explain, a sensation of being cut open while fully aware, but no clear memory, nothing solid enough to hold on to. And that uncertainty may have been the cruelest part of all. In the days following the surgery, Sherman was unrecognizable. He couldn't sleep. He had violent nightmares. He became convinced that people were trying to bury him alive. He was terrified to be alone. He refused to see his grandchildren, the people he loved most in the world. He would scream at empty rooms. His wife Ruby watched her husband of decades become a stranger overnight. His daughters were desperate for answers. The man they knew, steady, faithful, unshakable, had simply vanished. 2 weeks after the surgery, on February 2nd, 2006, Sherman Sizemore took his own life. He was 73 years old. He had no prior history of mental illness, no depression, no psychological struggles, not one. It was only at his wake, at his own funeral, that his family first heard a doctor suggest what might have happened. That Sherman had likely been conscious during his surgery, that he had felt everything, and that he had never been told. His daughters later learned that Sherman had confided in a close friend before his death. He had told him, "I felt them cut me open. I felt that." He had known, and he had died not knowing if anyone would ever believe him. Sherman's daughters filed a wrongful death lawsuit. The case was settled confidentially in 2008. The phenomenon Sherman experienced has a clinical name: anesthesia awareness. Experts estimate it may affect between 20,000 and 40,000 patients every year in the United States alone. Most cases involve brief, partial awareness, but some, like Sherman's, are prolonged, complete, and utterly devastating. Sherman Sizemore's case is believed to be the first documented suicide directly caused by anesthesia awareness. He survived the surgery, but they sent him home carrying something no human being should ever have to carry. Alone, confused, and in silence. The question that lingers isn't just how the error happened. It's why, when they realized what they had done, they chose to say nothing. That story will stay with me for a long time. I hope it stays with you too. If you want to know about the hospital that performed brain surgery on the wrong side of a patient's skull, not once, not twice, but 3 times in a single year, that story is coming next week on Chronicle. Subscribe, because these cases are real and they deserve to be heard.